I like when it's just me when I start. Oh, there's Laura. And Tia. Hi, Tia. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Gotta say, kind of excited that it's just going to be me and Laura today. We have had a lot of guests, which has been fun. But back to the old core. Back to the core. Just me and Laura. If we can get Laura in here. Oh, here she is.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. And with the lip.
Yes.
Looking good.
Yeah. We are really making a go of this. Episode 9 pretty soon will be in the double digits of this program. And we're going on the YouTube, and I want to look alive a little bit more. Just a little
Yeah. Oh, I
more
like
lively.
that.
A little more lively.
Yeah, perfect.
The goal I have.
Not corpse-like. Human-like.
I did, I have established a nice base burn that no dermatologist would recommend over the summer. But yeah, these two extremes of like extreme pale or toasty red, I'm trying to even things out. So yes, bold lip today.
I like it.
Cute top. I have not seen that in a while. I've been seeing a lot of like the hits coming out of your wardrobe. I can tell you've been doing some organizing around the house. I love to see it.
And I feel like I shouldn't have repeat outfits for a while because I do have a lot of clothing. So yeah, this is a good one. It has these nice boob pockets just in case.
Is that
you have
a
something?
Wixton?
It's a Wixton. It's a Wixton.
Like VC or something.
Yeah. It's a good one. Yeah, it's good for zooming because I like yellow
100%.
and it has polka dot. Polka dots kind of, they're stars, but they look polka dot like on the old zoom. Thank you. I came ready to go to a party as well, Laura. Let me just show off my new purse.
So this handbag, are you seeing, can you name the shape that this handbag is in, chat? Because from my view, it is a custom Liberty fabric evening bag. That's what I see when I look at this. But yes, I'm seeing some cat heart eye emojis in the chat. Oh my God, with custom Liberty lining.
You know what's funny about this, Laura, is this kit I bought in 2017. And you know what was a lot smaller in 2017?
Cellular
cell phones. Cell
yes.
phones. So while the picture of this bag does show a cell phone in it, it probably fit an iPhone 4 to 6 in here
or a Nokia.
real nicely. Yes, your Nokia would fit in here really nicely, but this is just not going to cut it.
No.
As it turns out. Yes, if I had a Motorola Razr flip phone, it would fit in here. It would fit in here perfectly. But yeah, this is just a bummer. It's just a bummer.
Is that a new discovery? So a quick backstory. If you're not attending our every other Tuesday of the month knit nights, you're missing out on A, quality content, but B, you may have missed out on the fact that Allyson has a very fancy wedding that she is going to be attending in London, England.
This fancy, Liberty print.
We are not talking London, Ohio, not London, Missouri.
No. England.
So she's had to deal with headwear choices and then has been looking for a very elegant purse. So this
clearly this was going to be my solution, but now I like the purse. I think Anya's onto something. I need a new phone.
I think because you have launched Brawgist and you are our resident bra sewing expert, you just need to sew a cell phone pouch into a bra and just, custom cell phone holder in the bra. That's
yeah. I like that. I like that solution. My dress, Sarah, it does not have pockets, but that can be changed. That can be changed because I made the dress. I did not put pockets in it because it is in this print, and it's a very light, kind of airy situation. Phone free.
So let's recap a couple more things. Okay. Number one, Allyson sewed her own dress. Of course she did, to go to this beautiful wedding. And she used Liberty of London fabric, which is a beautiful woven cotton lawn. And it is a mark of the quality. It is very like whisper thin, and it feels silky and smooth and gorgeous because it's high quality cotton, but it is also extremely thin. So while this dark color really helps with the thinness, adding pockets for that level of bulk, it could create a strange line to the dress when Allyson's really going for flowy, right, Allyson?
Flow. I mean, I do really like this combo. And obviously, when I open my cat purse to show people not my phone, it matches.
Which is so cool. And a great conversation starter, which you need when you are a fish out of water at a wedding abroad.
Yeah.
What Allyson is laughing at is that it was suggested that because her cellular telephone does not fit in the newly made cat purse, that she just leave it in the hotel for a night. And then that was too funny for words. So I've just been filling the air so that Allyson can catch her breath.
I think Sarah, who suggested it, is also laughing her ass off because that is a hilarious joke. I think what I can do is just put a little inseam pocket into this dress at the bodice and slide my purse.
That would be a great solution because then you'll still have the flow of the skirt, and the weight can just kind of pull where it would make the most sense.
The bodice down.
I like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So Natalie comes up with a really great solution also in the chat, in which she says Shane's pants pockets. Shane's pants are so tight that I don't think he's going to be able to put his own phone in his pants pocket. So he has a jacket. He has a jacket pocket. How tight are they? Listen, girl. He got a custom suit made about 4 pounds ago. And that weight has gone to a certain area. So Shane's going to be on a liquid diet for the next 2 weeks to get his booty into those suit pants. I mean, he looks great. I think it's great. Tuck my phone in the hat. Anya.
So this was more content that you missed if you were not attending Knit Night on every other Tuesday at LauraAllyson.party. Allyson had 3 hat/fascinator options that we all weighed in on. But because of proportions, Allyson's gone more fascinator, which looks mad cute, but I mean, it does kind of match
also
the color story of your phone.
And the phone. It does. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, man. So this goddamn phone is such a problem.
Yeah.
So this is my next
issue with, I have the Google Pixel. I've had many iterations of the Google Pixel because I keep breaking them, but I keep trying to order the not XL. And for whatever reason, the XL comes, and I have basically been using an iPad as a telephone for the past 3 years. And this fits in nothing. I have to modify all of my pants that I'm making to have extra long pockets, and they're still not long enough. This thing is a literal ball and chain. Nothing fits. It just fits nothing. Constant. Like it's almost not even, it's this over and over again. I super hate it. Yeah. And I hate with the front pocket, you can't sit down like that. Like it wants to just collapse in your pocket. I hate that.
So we have problems is what we're saying. We have our phone. We've gone too far, people. We've gone too far. I remember when my phone was this big and everyone was like, that phone is too big. Oh my gosh. And now they just keep growing. Yeah. This is a problem. So I don't know.
Pro tip, the areas of the phone that you really want to protect, here and here. If this gets cracked, the rest of it will look fine, but your phone will not turn on or work. Ask me how I know.
You've heard
watch
it here
out
first.
Here and here, everybody. You can pretty much make it work with the rest of this bullshit, but I like to drop my phone just here, and then it completely does. So, FYI.
So, while I have a solution for what else do I need but a phone?
A lip, perhaps.
A lip?
Maybe you need a Kleenex. I don't know.
In here?
See, I always felt that one of the things that Queen Elizabeth II was always known for was having her handbag everywhere she went. Now, I always wanted to know what the hell she had in that handbag, because my theory was that it was completely empty and that all of her security guards were acting as people are suggesting that Shane act and put all the real shit in their various pockets. I don't even think she put her glasses in that thing. Maybe a speech. Mint.
Some lip, a mint. It is a long day.
Maybe mints. I do like gum.
Yeah. Dog treats for the corgis. They're certain to be there. Yeah,
perhaps
absolutely.
Some cash, like maybe ID and cash. I don't know. It's overkill, but I do take my driver's license abroad, even though I have a passport, because I don't like to walk around with my passport. Or maybe I do. I'll keep these guessing. But I like to have some kind of photo ID in case I get mowed over by a taxi cab for looking the wrong way. And then they at least know my name. So I do carry some ID from time to time, perhaps a pound or two.
A pound. Yeah. So TBD on this, Laura, but this purse turned out so freaking cute.
So what the kit consisted of was this like hard shell, right? And then how does the fabric affix? What's going on?
I glued it. This is a gluing project?
To the whole thing or just around the edges there?
To the whole thing. I painted the glue on. I glued it. It was a fun non-sewing craft project that I have been sitting on for 6 years.
It's so good. Everybody loves the lining. I can just tell.
Yeah. So TBD on this, but this is cute and I will use it. We'll have to see what happens with the phone situation. Exciting
updates. So you will be traveling to this wedding at the end of the month, correct?
Yes, 2 weeks from today. Today, actually, Laura.
So we are so excited. If you're not following Allyson on Instagram yet, you should be, for so much exciting content. So wedding content. Well, that is a fun little project.
Yeah, it was a fun project. I feel like sometimes you need to do something else, just generally. Like we do the things we do, and then you got to do something else sometimes. And so gluing fabric to this bag was my something else that I wanted to do.
Great. Yeah.
So it was great. So now I have a cute cat purse.
It looks phenomenal. So even though it's not practical, it is the moment. I do like it a lot.
Yeah, bone's a problem. So we'll see. I do have some extra fabric. So I guess next job is putting a pocket into this thing, a phone pocket.
Get that seam ripper out, girl.
I don't know why I keep creating more work for myself. This is not what I generally want.
I mean, 2 weeks is a long time. We all know that the best time to sew new items to take with you on any travel project is 24 hours before. That is
Yeah.
the rule. I don't make it. It's just what we all do.
Yeah.
So you're actually,
I'm pushing it in. I'm
yeah,
ahead
by
of the
that
game,
math,
but
you are about half a year early on all of this. So you're doing
all
great.
right. Well, that does make me feel better. That does
Mhm.
make me feel better. Speaking of travel,
Yes.
Laura and I took a journey yesterday
Yes,
to
we did.
the north,
That's right.
country. We
That's
went
right.
to Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
The good
for the
land,
day.
everyone. Mhm.
It was good. It was good. Milwaukee, when you live in Chicago, is moderately easy to get to. Not as easy as they would tell you in the movie Bridesmaids. Do you remember this, Laura?
Oh,
Where
yes.
they're all living in fucking Milwaukee and
Yes.
working in Chicago? That
Yes,
is
which
not
people
a
do.
thing.
People do that. But it liked to disappear a good hour. Like you start on a highway going south from Milwaukee, and then you are in Chicago in roughly 15 minutes, and that's not
It's
how
just
that
like a
goes.
skyline, and
Yeah,
you're like, perfect, I
not how
got
it
there.
goes.
And also, when she was driving back from that party and was on like some back road and
Yeah,
almost hit that possum or whatever, you're like, where is this road?
yeah.
This road.
She'd be like, much like Apollo 13, using the gravitational pull of the city centers and then like slingshotting around through the country. Hard to say. Hard to say where that was supposed to be.
Hard to say. You are on a highway the entire time.
Yeah. There's not a lot of backwood, like not a lot of cornfields that you wander into. Although you are in nature pretty much the entire Amtrak ride.
Yes,
It takes
you
us
are.
takes you through some beautiful nature
Delightful.
preserve land.
Yes.
And that is really the sleeper hit. You got to take the Amtrak from Chicago
Take the train
to Milwaukee.
Yes.
That is one of the best Amtrak experiences in the country.
It's a short trip.
Mm-hmm.
And it costs $50 American round trip.
Yeah.
That is a steal of a deal.
It sure is.
Steal of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we Amtraked up to Milwaukee, where we saw the Brewers play the Colorado Rockies.
Yes.
With now our good friend Vanessa Hutchins was there.
Yeah, that was a real surprise. That was a surprise. The Colorado Rockies, Allyson is our resident baseball expert. As everybody knows, she is a huge fan. She's a real fan and understands the intricacies of the game. And that should be no surprise because there are so many women who know everything about sports and are huge fans and are so cool. Yes. I am casual at best when it comes to sports fandom. But what I love doing is attending live sporting events because I love stadium food. So this is where our friendship combines perfectly. And I love attending a baseball game, and especially this year because there has been so many rules added into the mix for professional baseball, rules that I was at about 20% understanding of anyway. So this was a great time to go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin with my best friend and with the number one Brewers fan of all time,
Caitlin.
Yeah,
little Caitlin. She decided that she was going to be a Brewers fan last winter. Yes. And that was culminated in this trip. So we kidnapped her. We kidnapped her from Chicago. We put her on a Amtrak train and took her to the game. She only said she had a fun time about 32 times. So I think she had a good time.
I do owe Caitlin a public apology because I do feel that I threw her under the bus multiple times when you were telling her the rules of baseball and pretended like I knew when I didn't know. So it was really, I used Caitlin's open-mindedness and willingness to learn to camouflage the fact that I don't ever know what the hell's going on. But I learned a lot. And here's what I will say. for the reason why I love going to Brewers games specifically. It's a great crowd, always. Those folks are great. And there are times when I have baseball questions for Allyson when we attend games, and some man within earshot will take umbrance with what is being said or want to like get involved. And that's so fucking annoying. And in Milwaukee, they're just like, we're just so glad you're here. This is fantastic. They don't bother. They let us do the things, and they make sure we don't fall out of the upper deck. So 10 out of 10, people just excited that you're there. Is the Milwaukee experience. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's great. I sat next to a 3-week-old baby, literally 3 weeks old. I'd never know how old anyone is, ever. Very bad at guessing children's ages. But when you see a baby that's this big, it was like the size of my beer. I knew that had to be a fresh baby. It was phone sized, which is small for a human, big for a phone. And I said, sir, how old is this baby? And he goes, 3 weeks? When was that?
And let's
July
be clear
13th?
Here, because Allyson and I are not parents. However, the biological mother, the father, and 2 other very young children were all there. Those 2 other very young children behaved impeccably.
Had the best
and this biological mother of this 3-week-old was there for the entire game. Best case scenario, she is just like soaking things up in a giant pad. Worst case scenario, has a C-section scar, and she's just out in this humidity, vibing. They were a delight, so easy breezy, having the time of their lives. That woman is incredible to me. Like literally.
They really listened to us when we tried to tell them who Vanessa Hutchins was.
Yes,
they really wanted to know.
Could not care less, but we're so kind and polite. And they went to the bathroom one time, like as a family. I just was so impressed with these folks. So shout out to Miles and Graham's parents.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
10s across the board.
Yeah, it was great. I told that story to Shane, and he goes, you should keep that baby inside until it gets vaccinated. And I was like, sorry, are you a parent? That's your takeaway from this adorable story, that I got to see a 3-week-old baby and it was just chill vibes only. And the 3-week-old baby got a certificate that said my first Brewers game. And Caitlin, at least 20 years older than that baby, also got a certificate.
Like 100, like she's a good like 1,000 weeks in. I'm gonna say 3,000 weeks in. And she also got that same certificate.
Yeah. It was adorable. Baby. We waited, and that's what we said. We said, this is our baby, and this is her first Brewers game too. And they did not understand what our relationship was really, but they were vibing. They did not care. Yeah.
And I want to be clear as well. We keep saying that this was a baseball game, and it was actually a race to the death of these 5 sausages. It's the sausage race with a agrarian old-timey game in the middle. But this is the reason for the season, everyone. You've got the bratwurst, you've got the Polish sausage, you've got Italian sausage, hot dog, and chorizo. And I love the sausage races. They're beside the food. Another major draw for me.
Yeah. It was great. It was 10s all around. And the Brewers won in a walk-off in the 10th inning. It was
sincerely
great.
We're having a lot of fun. We're chopping it up. We're joking here, but sincerely, for me to learn more about baseball in general and then learn about these new rules, like there could not have been a better like example game to learn all the new things I needed to understand. It was as if it was created by AI to be like, here's all the various scenarios that will help you understand how these new rules apply and why it makes the game more fun. So I just appreciated it so much and had a blast. It was so much fun. I mean,
Yeah.
starting the 5th inning, I had to put my knitting down. I was so engaged in the game. That has never happened to me at a baseball game.
So I'm working on my bandana. Our knit along for August is the little bandana, as you can see.
Look at that progress.
Done. Yeah, we had an hour and 20-minute train ride there, an hour and 20-minute train ride home. I did have to take a nap. It was a lot.
There's
it
a
was
lot going on.
stimulating.
Mhm.
A lot. So Caitlin and I were both working on our bandanas. Laura was working on her Breeza socks, and she is leading the charge on Monday evenings for her maker work group. Laura, you got a lot done on that sucker yesterday.
I did. You know what? And I flew a little too close to the sun during the game and had to rip back a bit because I thought, I'm off book. I don't need to look at this. I don't need to look at this chart. And I did. So I spent the ride on the $25 Amtrak ride home, ripping back a bit, but I'm back on track. And it's blocking is crazy, y'all. Look at how different what I'm working on looks like versus my post block situation. So
beautiful. Yeah.
We're going to have 2 breezes by the end of my maker work group by the end of September. And that'll be just in time to wear these bad boys. So look at our progress.
Look at our progress. We did it. Knitting. And my theory here is obviously correct. I am trying to bring in colors that go with yellow. And not just make everything in yellow. Obviously, this looks very good with my yellow shirt.
And with my sock. Everything's really vibing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, working it out. Yeah, so feel good about this progress. It was a great travel project like we thought it would be. Confirmed.
Well, that's great. And I am so with you on that, which is why I have so many green, like khaki green things, because it looks so great with navy. So that is, that's just the logic.
Yeah. To follow up on our new friend, Vanessa Hutchins.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Her boyfriend plays for the Colorado Rockies.
Right. Which we didn't realize. But what we did realize was there was a man, who played, his name Cole, and had some of the best hair I've ever seen. It was just bouncing, perfectly curled in the breeze.
Run.
Notably so. So before we were alerted to the presence of Vanessa, we noticed the hair. And, since we're such big Brewers fan, it was a big deal for us to give any sort of compliments to the Rockies. So the hair was noticeable. Yeah. And then, because Milwaukee is just excited when you're there, they blew her shit up on the Jumbotron. They let everybody know she was there. Yeah. She was not pleased about that.
No, she wasn't. She was trying to play it so cool. And then they played this game on the Jumbotron that was like lookalikes. And they found some kid that looked like Dennis the Menace. They found some old guy who looked like some other old guy. And then they put up Vanessa Hutchins on the screen, and she knew it was coming too, because she put her cute little hat down. She like scrunched down, but then they blew her shit up. And we go, oh my God, that really is Vanessa. And then I was like, oh my God, she is dating a baseball player. She must be dating a baseball player on one of these 2 teams. Sure enough, she was there watching her boyfriend, and this gigantic phone did a pretty excellent job of zooming in so that I could take a really creepy, grainy picture of the general area in which she was. It was a highlight.
It was worth going to Vanessa Hudgens' Instagram to get a closer look at that cute man and his fabulous
adorable together. Yeah. Very
and not together. For nothing, because it was really fun to watch a baseball game alongside Vanessa. But she left right after his last at bat in regular innings, and the tide shifted. So just saying.
You got to see to the end.
Men are very superstitious, and so you might want to look at that. But she is a member of SAG-AFTRA, and she is on strike.
She's not working right now.
Time. So that's what she's doing in Milwaukee.
Yeah. And the Brewers are now coming to Chicago for a weekend series against the White Sox. So I bet Vanessa has just taken the $50 Amtrak right down, just like we did, to Chicago to support her man in Chicago as well. So if you're in Chicago this weekend, keep an eye out for Vanessa. She's looking very, very cute.
100%.
And they're a very sweet little couple. I hope those kids make it.
Me too. They've been he's been on the grid since February. Cool butt Bowlington. He's so they're pretty serious. That's what I
They're pretty serious. This is Lord Bullingdon. Sometimes he pops up to say hello.
Nice butt, buddy. He can't hear me.
He does have a nice butt.
Yeah,
he does.
Juicy.
But he just comes to stalk around a little bit and then jumps over here. If you're in some of my virtual classes, you probably have seen this move before. Or maybe he's like, wait a minute. Did you get another cat?
Right.
I did not approve a third cat in the house.
Yeah. What cinematic character are you naming this purse after? I need to know everything.
Need to know. What is that?
I have had a little bit of shawl FOMO because I'm sadly not participating in the La Bandana Cal because I've got a lot going on. But I did want to pop back into Whip It Out, which is our monthly challenge to look, we look through all of our works in progresses and we assign numbers to them. And then every month, the beautiful Karen and the fantastic Maya pull a number for us to select and work on. And my number this month just so happened to be a shawl. So I'm popping back in with my serious shawl, which was inspired by Allyson and my trip to Portugal, the sidewalks in Portugal. Very much have this vibe. And this is yarn that we bought there. And I really want to get through, this is mosaic, which is a newer technique to me. I really want to get through this last wheel this month. So I'm doing some shawl adjacent work. And it's nice to pop back in with the Whip It Out, folks, because you all have really been doing a great job with that challenge this year. And I have been absent. So I'm excited to check back in with the Whip It Out, folks.
Yeah, me too. I think that Whip It Out is just something that's just going to always be going on. And whatever is left over after 2023 can just get slid right into 2024, right?
Lord
like
knows
we do
I
with
need
our
it.
normal lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I love that for you. It's so nice to see that shawl again, Laura, because I haven't seen it in a while. And you're using yarn that we got on our trip too, right?
Yes, from Retrosaria in Lisbon, the beautiful Rosaria yarn. Anyway, it's called Mondim. And these are the beautiful colors that I'm using.
Love it.
It was, there was a lot of debate about this one. I was hemming and hawing in, I would say, an uncharacteristic fashion. But, when you're on vacation and it's so special.
Yeah, it's got to be good.
Yeah. So this is the vibe, and it's knitting out a lot more subtle. This is reading as just kind of a light contrast, but I just think it's so pretty. So it is really
so pretty. Yeah.
So shawl vibes are in the air for sure. Love that.
The other thing that I'm knitting right now, Laura, is
oh my god,
this beauty here.
Sweater. I should be a good co-host and say, oh, I've never seen this sweater before in my life. Can you please tell me what the name of it is?
Laura, yes, you wouldn't have ever seen it before. So this is totally new information.
Yes.
This is the Beatnik sweater by Nora Gone. This pattern came out in 2010. Back in 2010, cell phones were this big, just like this big. That's how big they were.
That's right.
So this is the Beatnik sweater. Now I'm working on this. Excuse me.
Royal, let her talk about her Beatnik.
Royal, come on. God, he clearly sees something good out there. He was excited.
Usually it's me. So
yeah, see, there's his little butt. He's just taking a peek at something good. He was excited because Sarah Hansen, who was our guest here last week, she came over this morning and he saw her and was able to say hi to her. So now he's like, well, clearly everyone in this neighborhood is here to say hello to me. That is not the case, though.
Well,
so
it completely relates back because Sarah was picking up the latest delivery that you had from Kelborn Woolens.
Yes.
And this beautiful beatnik that you're working on, is that in Kelborn Woolens Scout by any chance?
You know it is. It's just my favorite yarn. Oh my
100%.
gosh. Yeah,
100%.
I just love it. I've never used this beautiful purple before. Purple is low on my list of favorite colors, except for this dark
mulberry heather, baby.
Yes, it's just the best color. It's so beautiful. I've never used it before. I'm loving how all these cables look so good. Now, Laura, am this fall going to teach a class called Beatnik Your Way, where we talk about all of the customizing that you can do to the sweater, because the cables in the sweater are so beautiful. And I really think that it's a special combination of textures and cables, and it's worth manipulating what already exists to get it to do what you want it to do, rather than like digging through all these different like cable charts and stuff. You know, we always struggle with this when we're coming up with classes or, you know, whatever. You have to give people few options, because if they have too many options, they go through like decision paralysis and then they don't sign up for your class. So I'm trying to say, look at this beautiful pattern, look at this beautiful sweater, and let's get it to do what you want it to do. So it's called the Beatnik sweater because it's very 2010. It's body shaped to within an inch of its life. It's got this like wide, yeah, which we don't do at all anymore. Everyone's team tube or team cropped, like shaped cropped. This wide boat neck neckline, this inset sleeve, which is really hard to customize because, as it turns out, everyone has different size shoulders. Very hard to do. And then really hard to, and it's pieced together too. So I'm making this one, Laura, a V-neck.
Oh, fun. Very cool.
A V-neck, which I think would be really cute. And I've got about 12 inches of positive ease on this body. And I'm going to make it like, I think, we'll see. I think I'm going to make it a little popover, slip over kind of a thing. Amazing. Because I'm into that little silhouette, and it's just going to have like little sleeveys on it. So yeah, I think it's going to be really cute.
And, you know, the story with Beatnik is that is truly the first pattern that I felt empowered to like hack and like adjust in a way that suited my making preferences, due to a virtual knit along that Allyson hosted in 2012. And I was able to, on Ravelry and using message boards. And that was the first time I really found Allyson on the internet. And that sweater I knit during the entire 2012 Olympics. And then subsequently have knitted again with the lovely Judge Julie and Allyson as a friend knit along. And it is great, provided that you speak to your own heart and come up with your particular sensibilities. So I think that is genius, of course. And I think that class is going to fly off the shelves. That's what I think.
I think it's going to be really fun. Well, I see Melissa's already signed up for it, which is great. Super excited to have you in on this, Melissa. So yeah, I am pumped. I think it's going to be really cute. I'm almost ready to put in my V-neck steek panel. So yeah, no, I'm just a steeking fool. I was like, you could just start knitting this back and forth, but
yeah.
I'm addicted now. Yeah. I just put steek panels in even when I don't need to.
And steeking, I mean, define need. But yeah, steeking with single color too is not something that people think about, but it is just as useful and just as fun. So I love that.
So I'm going to do it. So I'm almost there. I'm very excited about that. So this has been taking up most of my time. But then when I leave the house, I grab my
Smart.
bandana, which I also am really excited about having. This is really cute. So those are my two projects that are taking my focus.
My in the house project is my porcelain. It's slow and steady, but I've got some progress. So I'm just
so pretty.
I'm having fun with it now. It took a while because we're doing flat color work, but I'm making it fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm debating introducing a third color, but we're just going to keep vibing for the moment. But the third color is sort of a dusty rose.
A third
color.
Contrast color? Like a fourth total color?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
I'm toying with it. When we get to that like ivy section, my color palette is inspired by some porcelain that has been handed down in my family, and it has this blue, this tealy blue, this bone color, this toffee, and then a light dusty rose pink. So I'm thinking about it, but it'll be a game time decision. So I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm coloring in charts left and right. I'm taking notes. I'm getting so excited for class. And, just as a fun and flirty reminder, we still have some space in our retreat. If you're taking that class and want to join us, you really should just pop on over to that retreat.
And the class by itself is sold out. So if you want in on the class, you have to sign up for the retreat too. So it's like mandatory fun.
Yeah.
I think we only have 4 spots left for that.
In our retreat.
In our retreat. So then we only have 4 spots left in the class also. Very exciting. I saw Rochelle signed up for the retreat group today. So can't wait to see your options, Rochelle. Sounds good. Yeah, Wendy, into it. Mandatory fun is the best kind. Yeah, mandatory.
Oh, sorry. I totally stepped on that. I apologize. If you go to certain stores, you will already see the pumpkin spicing beginning, the Halloween beginning. And I am not a crank because for me, fall is very good for business. It reminds everybody that they love to knit. So I am always about bringing it on. But with the ending of summer, the back to school times, that can kind of be the seasonal equivalent of the Sunday scaries, I feel. And I feel like people are kind of talking about the vibes being a little like meh right now. And I think having something to look forward to is the greatest gift you can give yourself. So that is what I want to say about some of our upcoming retreat spots. We still have room in knitting natural dyeing. We have 4 spots left for this porcelain class and retreat. We have very few spots left for our jeans making retreat. Having something to look forward to can really get you through this time. And it's an investment in, not to speak for all of you, but for our favorite knitting season, let's be real, the fall. These are very fall forward events, and it's so much fun to have fall fun with fall friends. So
yes, it is. And we sent out the retreat survey for the people who are already coming to the knitting and natural dyeing retreat. One of the best things about that is that we dye fabric for town bags. And some people said they wanted to make a town bag and didn't want to dye the fabric. And I was like, that's just wrong. And they all were like, oh, you're right. I don't know why I had that opinion. Yeah. Dye the fabric yourself. Come on.
Test my patience. I don't know about them. There's a reason
why I don't just tell you what you should be doing. Obviously, dye your own fabric for your bag.
Pretty much what you're here for. That's why we have 26 participants in this live. People just want to have us tell them what to do.
Great. I love it. So, so much fun coming up. Super excited for the temps to start dropping because Laura is exactly right. It's when everyone remembers that we exist, and start signing up for our stuff. They're like, oh no, I did knit 3 sweater bodies and not knit any sleeves in it. And wow, what a great segue to all of the shit we just posted on the party about Sleeve-tember, y'all. It's up. It's going to be lit. Obviously, just like last year, there were like 1,000 of you who knit 1,000 sleeves last year. I'm not a mathematician. Check the numbers, check the data. But it was a lot. And we're going to beat that this year, I feel like, because enthusiasm has never been higher. So
I know I'm in. I've got a Sleeve-tember project just sitting right back here. It's raring to go.
Love it. So September 1st is just over 2 weeks away. So start collecting your items because we have fabulous prizes. We have enthusiasm out the wazoo. We have a beautiful palette, Laura. What did you think about the palette that I put together for all of our things? Like we did it orange, pink, yellow. I feel like it was of the moment.
You know what I'm gonna say. So it, of course, loved it. But that is it's just everything. I really feel like the Sleeve-tember concept really just is about us as a brand. It's really important. And it helps people deal with that, again, that Sunday scary feeling, like when you get overwhelmed by your project pile because we are so convincing and our opinions are so good and we get you casting on so many things. This helps you feel like you're catching up. It helps you feel like you're not behind, but you're actually participating. I just had a really great one-on-one session with Julia, who's been working on this beautiful, very complicated brioche shawl. And we're just talking about how it's so nice to have those touch points with people. It's not even, it's like the most gentle accountability in the world, but just to have get caught up in the fun of showing somebody something, it makes such a big difference rather than just like kind of sitting in your house and being like, I should do this or I should do that. It's fun to be like, to come to a knit night, to go to a Sleeve-tember session, to share on our social network and be like, look at my progress with people that really get it. That is the spirit of Sleeve-tember, and it has been so and so to have more visuals and more ways to interact with it, it's genius.
Yes. So we are so excited for all of the Sleeve-tember enthusiasm. We're going to hit the ground running so hard. You know what my favorite part of Sleeve-tember is, Laura? That first day when it's like high as 63 and everyone's like, oh my God, what do I wear when it's cold out? And they're like, none of my sweaters are finished. That's what Sleeve-tember is here for, to clothe you, because winter's coming.
That's the story of my Svensson from the Allyson Svensson class. And every time I go to that bag and open it, I'm like, I want this sweater on my body. I need this sweater on my body. And I work like a chart repeat on the last piece, and then I put it away again. So it is a huge step, even though it's technically not the sleeve. I want that sweater done by the end of the month. Like, I gotta have it. It is just my sweatshirt sweater. I gotta have it. Yeah, I gotta have it.
That's a Svensson. It's right there. It's like taunting you.
I gotta have it. It's just everything I want.
Yeah. Well, it's understandable. It's understandable. We're gonna go into what a sleeve is in the coming weeks, of course. What is a sleeve? We're gonna get Judge Julian on this, obviously. So stay tuned, because if you are vest festing with us, if you have yoke sweatered with us, if you have done any of our knit-alongs before, you won't be surprised to hear that we run a loose damn ship around here, and we just like enthusiasm and participation. So sleeve is going to come in a variety of shapes.
Yeah.
I think your Svensson might qualify, Laura.
I know that it will for me. It'll qualify in my heart, and that's the most important thing of all. But I'm pretty sure that Judge Julie is bribable. So she will be shortly a guest in this particular room in my house. So I'll just remind her of that, and we'll just see what she has to say.
Well, put in a good word for all of us, because I feel
sure we're
all going to need a little bit.
I'll put an extra granola bar on the nightstand. We'll see. We'll see what she says.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely do that. Absolutely do that. For us all, a granola bar for us all.
Perfect.
Well, I love this as usual, Laura. Lovely catching up with you. I really like to be able to share all of my things.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I love our live show. It's been, I've missed it, and keeps me on track. Once again, accountability. Love to see it. Get to get all my favorite project bags and show everything. And it's especially good when you're working on multiple projects to have a check-in, because I'm like, I haven't made progress on anything, and what? Yes, I have. I've done all of this in a week.
Yeah.
So good for me.
Yeah, you
I'm
have.
very proud of myself.
Yeah, keep it moving. Got to keep it moving.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, Laura, I'm sure I will be seeing you very soon. Everyone who has watched us live, thank you for making the time to join us. Always lovely to see your chit chat. If you are watching this on the YouTubes, thank you too. We love that. We love that. All right. Next week, we'll be back and we'll see how much more progress we have on all of the. See if I got a phone solution.
I mean,
hopefully
we'll have phone solutions. I am just like, I am also going through organizing various things in my house, and like, God knows what craft I'm gonna like fall in love with and show up with. I'm sewing, I'm quilting. Look at how great my quilt's coming along. Look at that!
Wow,
right? It's really coming together. So
that looks like a cliffhanger if I've ever seen one. I can't wait to see what's coming with all of that. That looks great.
You just never know.
Know.
You gotta keep tuning in.
You gotta keep tuning in. All right. Thank you, everybody, and see you next week. Bye.